Day 13 of posting daily on YouTube. What nobody tells you about this. How embarrassing it feels. I'm kidding. But also, yes, like your ego, even if you have been online and talking about your business online and being online for a while, when you start something new, a new platform where you literally start at zero, like when I started, I had zero, like zero followers, zero views, zero everything. How fast your ego gets involved, how fast you start questioning, how fast you start trying to strategize. I notice, especially for highly capable, smart, well educated, well traveled, intelligent women, the number one reason they often hold back is because they want to first have the clarity to get it right. You can call it perfectionism. Sometimes it shows up as procrastinating. Hey, I procrastinated for years before starting posting on YouTube. I always wanted to start a YouTube channel, but I told myself a lot of stories and managed to find a lot of excuses of why it wasn't the right time. It was never the right time. And I had to lock in a strategy first and really find my method. I had this obsession with finding my method as I started my coaching career. I mean, I think for so many of us, and probably it's true for everyone, it feels like you've lived so many lives. And if you're like me, you've lived abroad, you moved countries, you changed careers, you graduated something, and then you pivoted and completely changed the trajectory of your life and your career and your business. And you've done that many times, constantly reinventing yourself. You know this feeling when it feels like you're starting from zero, on one side, and on the other side, you're like, how can I bring everything? Because you recognize how rich the experience you have is, and the data and the expertise you collected, which is so varied and it's only yours. How do you bring that together and get to carry all of that into your next chapter? Because you're never really starting over. You're always carrying pieces with you. You're carrying everything with you because that's who you've become thanks to all those pieces. But for me, I remember when I started my coaching journey, I was like, okay, before doing coaching, I had corporate experience as a mentor, a trainer. I was training designers, working in creative direction. I had 10 plus years experience in design and architecture in that capacity. And then as I started pivoting towards holistic, integrative nutrition coaching, yoga, Reiki, I'm a Reiki master, more spiritual material, and then coaching, and then embodiment, and then somatics, and then nonlinear movement, and then becoming an embodiment teacher. Like, for so long, all of those pieces felt like every time it felt like, okay, I'm starting over again, finding my voice again, a new offer again, a new audience again, trying to niche myself, shrinking myself. To me, niching down or like diluting who I am and what I do in one sentence, famous elevator pitch, always felt like shrinking. How can I, like, how? How do people do it? Like, I can't shrink all of that. And I think the people that find me, they're like me. They like the nuance. They want to hear the nuance, the story. And I remember when I was at the point of doing my coaching certification, like the major one I had, the longest one, it was 9 months. 9 months. I was doing so many one-on-one sessions with clients and also for my what was it called? We had to reach to hit a certain number of hours to get certified. It was like 300 hours, something like that. So in the span of those months, I did so many coaching sessions. And I was like, okay, I was obsessed with this. What is my method? How can I bring together all the expertise that I have? I was trying to fit myself into a box, the very thing I never wanted. Like, how can I streamline all of this that I have, the experience, the proof, the evidence, the expertise, the skills I've collected into from A to B, a method that gets you from A to B. And eventually, maybe you get there, but that cannot be, this is what I learned, that cannot be your first step, because I held myself back so much and so many times by telling myself, well, if you don't have your own method, if you don't know yet, if you don't know yet how to fit all these different experiences into what you do in a clear way, you're not enough. It's not enough, or you're doing it wrong. That's what I was telling myself. Like, you need to figure out your own method. I was seeing all these like coaches that were further along the way that had their own method, their own methodology, their own framework. And I was like, okay, but I have this, I have Reiki, I have holistic coaching, I have embodiment, all of these pieces. How? And I guess partly it's normal that you want to streamline it, but also you can get that clarity even if eventually you decide that you want to create your own method and want to be known for one thing. You get there, especially when you're multi-passionate, through doing the coaching, through doing the thing again and again and getting the reps in, because the experience will give you the proof, the evidence, the knowledge, the clarity that you need. It's not the other way around. So that the block that I see, the gap that I see so many women getting stuck at, the reason they're stalling is because it's like, okay, I need to be clear first. I need to prepare more. I need to feel more ready. Ready is not a feeling, it's a decision. I need to get like more trainings and understand this better. I need to do more research. Whatever it is, they're excuses. Yes, of course, prepare, but you're already ready. 99.99% of women I work with and I talk with, they're ready. You're already ready. You're just telling yourself you're not because you're avoiding something. And often that is fear of not being well packaged enough, perfect enough, having the perfect messaging, the perfect offer, the perfect audience, the right amount of followers, whatever that is, or like, let me research what the best platform is. No, just start. Life experience will give you the feedback that you need. That's the that is the successful way of getting clarity. Because everything before you do it, before you take action and build momentum, is theory. Until you start doing it, it's just theory. So what was different for me with YouTube? I completely removed any desire, not remove desire, sounds so awful. I didn't have any desire, to be honest, to have a plan, and removed any aspiration to have it all figured out first. Because if I kept holding myself to that impossible standard, I would have like keep procrastinating. I would have stayed in procrastination for so long, like 5 more years. And this video wouldn't exist. And this video journey wouldn't exist. And just remove the excuse. Just start doing it. When you start doing it, you realize you were making it such a much bigger deal than it actually is. And see, I'm already at day 13. If I hadn't started, I would be still in that space. Let me figure out the thumbnails and how titles work. What should I talk about? No, I'm just showing up every day. Somehow I find something to talk about. Somehow these messages have resonated with people. As people that find me then on my website, find me on Threads. So just show up and let life meet you and give you feedback. Let yourself be messy, because messy is what we connect with. Messy is how we learn. The goal is not to get it perfect. The goal is what feeds you, what fuels you, what feels alive. Follow that. If you have a calling, if you have a dream, if you have a vision, and it keeps showing up, it doesn't go away, it's not a coincidence. You're meant to follow it. You're meant to trust it, and trust that clarity will come from there. Some people, sometimes you might have the clarity before you start. Like, when you have that drop of knowing, you just know. That's beautiful when it is. It isn't always like that, especially with bigger challenges, bigger projects. When you're reinventing your life, you're standing at the edge, there's no way you're going to know it. But you got to trust yourself and take the leap anyway. And, as I'm in my 40s right now, I have built enough proof. I've collected enough proof in my life and reinvented myself enough to tell you that you can do it. You already did it. Go back. Look at all the times you've already taken the leap and it worked out. Look at those times. Use that proof, not what your mind is trying to tell you. Because that fear is, yes, it's normal, yes, it's human, but it's delaying. It's delaying what you actually want to do, what you actually are already ready for. So decide you're ready. Start showing up. That's all from me for today. Let me know what landed. Let me know. I hope if you needed to hear this reminder, I hope this found you. If you don't know, I'm Marina and I make videos every single day. Like, subscribe. See you tomorrow.